On June 30, 1908, at 7:17 a.m., an enormous explosion known as Tunguska explosion occurred within Siberia's atmosphere. Just 5 miles below this was a forest that was left completely burnt, with all the trees pushed down in a 20-mile radius. It was so strong that it broke window panes that were 50 miles away. The people who witnessed it were 100 miles away from the explosion when they heard a horrific roar and saw a black ash cloud accompany it. Even more impressive was that the noise that it caused was heard from approximately 300 miles away. This explosion left a large enough imprint that scientists in other countries detected it with their own equipment and radars. So what exactly happened on that day? The closest witnesses were 25 miles away, and when the incident occurred, they were all blown into the air. All of them had lost consciousness, and one of them died. The forest around them was piping hot, smoldering, and burnt. Meanwhile, 50 miles south of the explosion, witnesses reported seeing the sky split in half, with the northern half in complete flames. When the blast occurred, they were thrown 20 feet into the air and lost all of their senses for a while. They felt their clothes burning and once again heard a massive bang, which was then followed with the noise of stones falling from the sky and pelting the ground. A local news station documented witnesses from the village of Nizhny Karlinsk that was 200 miles away when the explosion occurred, where the peasants, quote, saw a body shining brightly with a bluish-white light. It moved vertically downwards for about 10 minutes. The body was in the form of a pipe, end quote. The folks in this town were so terrified that they thought it was the end of the world and the beginning of the final apocalypse. It wasn't until March 1927 where the Russian authorities sent a man by the name of Leonid Kolik to investigate what had occurred. When Kolik arrived at the site, he noticed all the trees were radiating. Despite this observation, he didn't find any fragments or samples of meteorites. Due to the lack of remains, it was not clear what caused this explosion. Perhaps it took so long to investigate because the site itself was deemed too hazardous to even investigate due to the radiation. Whatever caused it left no trace of itself. Even more eerie is when they compared the aftermath of the Hiroshima bombing to that of the Tunguska explosion area, and they saw many similarities, suggesting that it was a nuclear bomb equivalent to 40 megaton nuclear weapon. The odd thing about this, however, is that nuclear bombs did not exist in 1908, which left many to speculate that the explosion was caused by something extraterrestrial or even supernatural. Other theories suggest that a black hole was imploding. To this day, we still do not have any answers as to what happened that day. What do you guys think caused it? Put your thoughts in the comments below and let's discuss. Thank you all for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe for more interesting content.